What's up everybody, this is Paul from Boosted Films, and in this video we're going to change the cabin air filter in this 2022 Tesla Model Y. And if you want to buy the specific filter I used in this video that comes with the tools needed to do the job, check the video description down below. Alright, so the first step in this process is going to be to turn off your HVAC in your car. So to do that, we're going to use our touchscreen here. We're going to touch on the temperature button and hit that power button just to turn off the HVAC unit. Next, most of this is going to take place on the passenger side of the vehicle. So we're going to open up our passenger side door. And we have WeatherTech floor mats here we need to remove. If you do have any other floor mat, you'll probably just want to remove it as well to make this easier. We're going to slide our seat back as well to give us some extra room here. So once we slid that seat back, we removed our floor mat from the passenger side. And then there are two main panels we need to remove to do this job. So this panel right here is the first panel, this kind of kick panel that would be on the left side of the passenger sitting there. And then this other panel that would be kind of just above your feet. So we'll get into that in just a second. First, we got our new cabin air filters here, and this came with a little pry tool and this other little ratchet that'll come in handy later. So first we're going to use this little pry tool to give us a little bit of leverage to pull. I found pulling back towards the firewall, more towards the front of the car, helped me kind of first pull this out. These pieces just pop in, so you should be able to give it a little force. You'll hear it kind of snap out as you pull these out of place. Of course, I sped this up just to show you the procedure here. And once you pull all those out of place, we'll just take this little panel here and move it out of our way. Next, we're going to move on to this other piece, this panel that we need to remove the 4 clips from. This is where that tool can come in handy. This little pry tool works kind of nice with its kind of fork design. So you kind of pull these out and you pull out that center piece, and now you can see once that center piece is pulled down, I'm pulling out this whole clip. So it's a 2-piece clip, and now I'm pulling out the whole item. So you can see I'm doing that one by one just to show you where all 4 of these clips were and how I pulled them out. And then this piece should just kind of pull down. There's a couple spots where you can grab onto to pull it from. You shouldn't have to pull too hard to break it free. And you're going to see here that there's this one little opening, this little slot where our tool works well again, or a regular screwdriver. You put that in and give it a little twist, and then that should help this piece kind of break free. Once you remove those clips, it should kind of just pull down. And once it pulls down, you'll see that there are 2 wires connecting. There's like a light and a speaker here. So we just got to press to release those. So you kind of press it and then squeeze it and pull it, I should say. And we'll do that with both of these items. And then once you do that, you can see where they connect. And this piece should be free. So you're going to take this piece out of the way and gather it with that other side panel that we removed. So now we're getting pretty close to where our cabin air filters are. There's just one other cover here. Depending on your specific Tesla, it sounds like this could be a screw or a different type of latching system, but this one has a screw that I'm pointing to here. And this one screw is a 6mm screw, or this T20 ratchet, again, that comes with this cabin air filter I bought. So you can use either a 6mm ratchet socket if you'd like, or you should be able to use this tool provided, and you should be able to screw this screw loose, and once you remove that screw, the cover should be free. So once you pull that cover off, our cabin air filters are here in this Tesla. They each have a little tab that you can see here, and that tab is kind of for removal. So we're going to grab that top tab first, and then we're going to pull out this top filter. So this cabin air filter is kind of split into 2, just so you can actually service it easier. That's, from my understanding, the main reason they would do this. So we're pulling out this top piece of the cabin air filter here. Looks pretty clean, pretty good yet. Probably didn't even need to actually be replaced quite yet on this vehicle, but obviously your mileage may vary. So we're going to pull up on that bottom one and then pull that second cabin air filter out as well. So these are the old OEM cabin air filters that we are removing. And just so you can see, it did have that arrow pointing kind of towards the rear of the car. That's the direction these were installed from the factory. And I always like to compare what I bought to what I removed, so I recommend you do the same just to make sure that they definitely look like they're pretty much the similar height and thickness and width. So that's the way these looked correct. So we're going to put in these new HEPA filters here, and of course we're going to slide our first one in. It can be a little bit trickier to fit these ones in because they're a little bit more firm than the ones that I removed. So you just kind of need to wiggle it through a little bit, but you should be able to squeeze these in. I recommend using two hands. Grab that red tab here and then put your finger towards the bottom part too to push it in, kind of keeping it as parallel as possible. And using two fingers kind of helps with that. And then it should just kind of slide down, as you saw. That one should fall down. You keep that red tab there accessible so that you'll be able to more easily remove it when it comes time to change these next time. And of course, you do the same thing with this top filter. These didn't want to slide very well, so I will note that you kind of had to lift up on them as you slid them in. It's just some friction there holding them, preventing them from just really sliding. So something to take note of here, but you'll push both of those in. They should be pretty flat in there. And that's it. You've pretty much actually just installed them. But of course, now you still need to put that cover back in place. Here I'm just pointing a little bit to the vent that it kind of caught on. So you just be, it's a plastic piece there that, it caught on a little bit. So you should be able to work around that and get it pushed in. So here you see there's the part where that cover pushes in place. So we're going to put the top part in place first. Try to make sure we get those little tabs on those air filters behind that cover, of course, just so they're not sticking out. And then you need to hold that in place while you grab the screw with your other hand and then start that screw and tighten it up. Pretty simple process. It might be even easier if yours is just more of that clip-on style cover. And here I'm just showing a shot of what the top looks like. You can see that's pretty parallel, and you can tell that that's in place. And just double check that top part, make sure it's in there like it should be. So now we're gonna grab that lower kick panel here and just put that back in place. Of course, we're just gonna lift that up and plug in that light, plug in the cord that goes to the light, and then do the same to this other piece here. So we'll plug in both items we had unplugged. And then you're going to want to watch just to make sure you lift up kind of the back part a little bit and angle it a little bit up. So you see I'm pointing to a piece here. Just going to go above that little piece. Again, if anything just seems too tricky, if it seems like you're really working against something, just take a second look, because usually this stuff should kind of just snap into place. And that's what happened here. It just kind of snapped up into place. I just pushed it up and it pushed into place. But of course, there were those 4 clips that we removed, so we're going to have to put those 4 plastic clips back in place, as I'm doing here. So I'm just going to set those in place again, just so you can see exactly where they are before I actually push in that center part of those clips, which actually is what really holds it up in place. It expands the other plastic part behind it to kind of make it hold in place. So here we go. You got those 4 pieces in place, and now I'm just going to push them up, and you'll hear them snap in place. So there we go, almost done here. We just got to put this side kick panel back in, and this again of course is going to snap in too. And I just like to get it close in place, and then I started kind of from the middle of the car. I started from the part closest to me. There's spots where you can just check and make sure it lines up before you really push it in, I should say. Again, it shouldn't require a lot of force. If it's lined up right, you're just going to kind of circle around and push, and you're going to hear it snap in place in those different areas where it's supposed to snap in. And finally, grab your floor mat, put that back in place as well. If you had your seat adjusted to a specific position, you can readjust your seat, get that back to where it was before. But that's it. You have now successfully changed the cabin air filter on your Tesla Model Y. So that's about it. Of course, this is a pretty new Tesla. And if you want to do me a favor and help everybody out, if you have a Tesla and you did this job on your Tesla, if you could leave a comment in the comment section down below, let us know if it worked for your particular Tesla. Of course, this one is actually a 2022 Model Y performance version, but I'm fairly confident a lot of the Model Ys would be very much the same. But if you have the same year, maybe a year or two or older, if you could just let us know for sure if the same procedure was like this for your Tesla, that would be great. Just so other people watching this video could check the comments and make sure it worked for them as well. And also, if you think I did anything wrong or maybe missed a step or you found a better way to do something, please comment that as well. Let me know if there's something I could have did better, and hopefully we can all learn together on this and learn how to do things the best way possible. But as always, this is Paul from Boosted Films saying thanks so much for watching.